It's time for a very much needed garden update. It's January 2024. Everything is pretty much, not everything is dead, but a lot of things have died. The summer crops gone, definitely. Here in the high desert, the temps have been going down to the high 20s. So all of this is, ready for a makeover. Even these strawberries are 3 years old. They've taken over the entire bed. They're still producing, but because it gets too cold, the flowers do drop a lot. And yes, pruning the strawberries is on our to-do list. These are sweet peas. These are from last year's flowers. They died when it got hot, so around August. But in November, when the temps were in about the 50s, they started growing again. This is our raspberry that needs to go. It got overtaken by weeds. This bed had our peppers, but now it has some flowers like this Angelonia. Angelonias are tender perennials, meaning they'll be perennials except in cold climates like ours. This celery is actually a year old, and I'm expecting it to do pretty well come spring. This corner right here, this bed's coming out. I'm going to put a potting bench. And on this side, we have onions. These onions were planted last winter, and they definitely need to come out now. We like to plant the red onions in winter so that come spring, we have golf ball sized onions, which are perfect. And during the summer, they'll flower, and the flowers are, surrounded and covered by bees. So this is the other side of the strawberry bed. This is our blackberry and was definitely the star of the show. They can handle extreme heat and extreme cold, so they're pretty well suited for a climate like ours in the high desert. On this side right here, we have plans for 2 smaller beds and a trellis, and eventually a bench. There are a lot of plans for this garden, which is why we didn't plant any winter crops here. These marigolds over here that are struggling to survive, they're on their way out. It's gonna be too cold for them. What are you doing here? Our grapes are currently hibernating. So right now they're just asleep. But outside of the garden, we do have these 2 small beds where we did plant winter crops. We have red cabbage, and we also have some green cabbage and some more red onions. As far as winter crops goes, that's about it. We don't really eat too many leafy greens. So planting out here was kind of perfect, alongside these French lavender, which I want a lot more of. We have big plans for the garden, and I'm excited to see how it's going to play out. I'll keep you all posted.